Chris, what is the biggest reason that the Lakers won last night?
Well, let's just cut to the chase because we all know what this question is about. LeBron James, or who it's about. LeBron was great. 26, 9, 8, no turnovers, 14 free throw attempts, hits 11, 5 of 6 down the stretch. And most impressively to me, he guarded and did a great job on Jamal Murray down the stretch. So LeBron was very good last night. But he did not carry the Lakers, okay? This wasn't the LeBron we're used to seeing where he puts everything on his back and he really does it all. He really, to me, at least in this series, is fitting into the system more than being the system. And to be honest, I like it. And what I saw last night from the Lakers was a total team effort. Team. They were a great team last night. LeBron starred. AD starred with his 34 points. And even though he didn't rebound, I don't know how in the world he goes the first half without a rebound, but he did get some key rebounds in the fourth quarter down the stretch. But you got to credit the rest of the guys because, as I said, team effort. Dwight Howard with the 12 and 11 in the first half. He wore down Nikola Jokic physically, I believe. KCP, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, some big shots and even a big defensive play or two here or there. Playoff Rondo showed up again, hitting jumpers, hitting a three, driving to the basket. I mean, this was a real team effort. And so I just think it was the Lakers team. LeBron was good, AD was good, but they were a great team last night.
Well, Chris, I think I got a key to why AD's not been getting any rebounds. The Nuggets shot 65% in the first quarter. They shot 59% from the first half. The Lakers shot 58% in the first quarter. So it's kind of hard to get rebounds when ain't nobody missing. Dwight got all the offensive rebounds. Dwight had four in the first.
The rest, right.
Dwight got the rest of the rebounds. That was. But I agree with you. AD. The difference was the two stars from the two teams. AD and LeBron outplayed Jokic and Murray. Murray was phenomenal. I thought Murray was phenomenal. But Dwight Howard did a phenomenal job denying and making Yoke work. He made him work on the offensive end because he's running to the front of the rim. He's crashing the offensive board, and he got a lot of putbacks. And the thing is, he's crafty. You don't win three defensive player of the years by accident. He's on one side, and they pass him that side. The next thing you know, Dwight's on the other side. So he's constantly annoying Yoke, making it work on both ends of the court. And I thought down the stretch, it wore on Yoke. Yoke looked tired. And also, give Rondo. Rondo's been phenomenal in this series. We know playoff Rondo, but he's making passes. He's cutting to the basket. He's making big shots. You know, the shot clock winding down, Chris, and he hits that big three. In the fast break, he pulls up. Nobody guards him at the top of the free throw line. He hits that jumper. KCP with the timely threes. But I don't need to say nothing. My guy, Go James. Now, Chris Broussard, the guy you voted for Defensive Player of the Year and the MVP, he turned down an assignment on Jimmy Butler in Game 1. Butler was going crazy. He wanted no parts of it. Them two wing defenders that you have called on this show the greatest since Pippen and Jordan didn't want this assignment. They could do nothing with Jamal Murray in the second half, and let alone the fourth quarter. My guy, 35 years of age, got a birthday in about 4 months, about to be 36. 17 years with a lot of wear and tear on those legs. Took the assignment on a 25, 26-year-old Jamal. He might not be yet that old. On Jamal Murray. I need some kudos to my guy. I need his flowers now. I need him flowers now, Chris Broussard.
Props. Props. He was great.
Okay.
The defense, I was impressed.
I got flowers.
No, you don't.
I got props.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Everybody know you ain't got none of that.
Weeds.
Yeah.
I am here to admit, LeBron James finally came up clutch in clutch time. Except it was on defense, not on offense. He was actually having a miserable fourth quarter on offense. He wound up 1 for 4. He did get to the free throw line, and he made 7 of 8, which by his standards is like, wow, a rare sight.
Great.
None of those free throws had to be shot when the game was within 1 point or tied. So he got a break there because we know he can get really shaky on those. But the point was, The story of the game was that Jamal Murray did a number on LeBron with about 2.5 minutes left in the first half. It was another trick shot from Jamal Murray, and he deked LeBron because LeBron thought he had him dead to rights with a block, if we could see it. And at the last second, whoops, he pulled the string on him, and he went up and under, and LeBron blocked nothing but air, and Jamal off the glass hit nothing but net. It was another display of a rising superstar who, in the end of the game, was not a superstar, but he can pull off shots like that. I believe it stung LeBron because he got sort of reverse posterized. I think he went to the halftime locker room, Nuggets still hanging around. Only a 5-point game, and I believe LeBron brooded at halftime, gritted his teeth, and said, I got to wipe that off my resume. I got to get even for that. And to his credit, he told Vogel with about 5.5 minutes left, I got him. It's a big deal. I am with you. But remember, he is 6'9" versus 6 feet 4 inch Jamal Murray. But you got to have enough left in your tank. You got to have enough left in your legs that you can, as you say, sit in that chair. And he sat. So let's see the tape of what happened. The first time Jamal drives left, LeBron got his body up into him, and they called a foul. And Frankie V was outraged over it and challenged it and lost the challenge. So Denver got to inbound the ball. So here it goes again. And LeBron says, I got him. I'm going to run across the picks. I got him. And he just jumped right in his face and made Jamal give it up too quick. And it was a bad pass. Markieff got a hand on it. And here comes Rondo to KCP. Kaboom. That was a big shot. That was a KCP shot. Here we come again. Here's the drive. That could have been a foul. I thought he did get fouled on that play, but LeBron just kept running, and he kept running.
That's what we do.
He got a bunny.
35.
He got a bunny. And this is a 3-point game. And then that was the best defensive stand of the night because he beat him to his spot, and he made him eat it. That was not a foul. And Rondo comes right down to the other end, playoff Rondo, and nails what became, it felt like a dagger at that point. Okay, so did LeBron take him for the whole fourth? No, he did not. He took him for the last 5.5 minutes, and it was really just 2 drive shots. The first could have been a foul, and trust me, the Nuggets will now send that tape to the league office to see if they can get some new favor from the officials the way Vogel and Rob Pelinka did before the game last night, obviously, and they got all the calls. So they got away with one there. If Jamal had gone to the free throw line, he probably would have made 2, and it could have gotten pretty dicey for your Lakers. But they got away with that one. And again, not only did they call fouls on defenders covering LeBron, because what did he end up shooting? 14 free throws?
He and AD both.
Okay, he and AD both shot 14 free throws. But they also gave LeBron breaks when he was guarding Jamal. And the final stat I'll throw back to Chris Broussard is Jamal Murray has been just crazy wild hot from 3. He killed the Clippers from 3, especially in fourth quarters. He shot Utah right in the heart from the 3-point line. And yet last night, even after he'd been hot against the Lakers the first 3 games, he goes 0 for only 3. So the Lakers just said, we're not going to let you shoot it from the 3-point. We're going to make you drive it every time. And when you can hold him to 0 from 3, and in the fourth quarter he took 1, and it was when the game was over and he missed that badly, you're going to win that game. So I congratulate LeBron and the defense for winning that game, and I congratulate Frankie V and Pelinka for getting the refs to give them every call the whole night. Way to go.
Well, LeBron's last year in Cleveland before he went to Miami, remember, they played Chicago, and Derrick Rose was one of the best players in the league. And in that series, in the fourth quarters, LeBron was guarding D. Rose.
Snatched him up.
And did kind of the same thing he's done to Jamal Murray. So for him to do that 10 years later in his 17th season, it's incredible. And Shannon is right. You know, I mean, look, I still think overall Kawhi is a better defender at this stage. But Kawhi really wasn't stopping guys at the end of games like LeBron has. And so I got to credit LeBron. He did give James Harden some trouble when he guarded Harden at the end of games or at times during that series. So LeBron, the play where the second play you showed, Skip, where you thought maybe it could have been a foul. And then he runs the floor and finishes with the layup that Rondo fed him.
Yep.
A guy that gets hardly any touches and just wants to contribute,
That's a
in
Dennis
any way
Rodman
he
play.
can to the win. Right. When you see your superstar, the best player in the world, doing that, I mean, that foreshadows a championship to me.
He hit that Cupid shuffle on old Jamal Murray. To the right, beat him to that point. To the left, beat him to that point. Everywhere he went, and then he started kick with it. Kick. Oh, Skip. That was a thing of beauty. 25 second chance point. Dwight Howard. We need one more performance like that, and then we go into the NBA Finals, baby. We need to go down to the bubble.
I thought you told me you can't dance.
Hey, the Cupid shuffle, that's my dance. That's my jam. Hey, I'm going into quarantine
because sat right there in the show. It said,
"You gonna believe me or Ray?"
Ray.
Oh, see, there you go. I'm going into quarantine because I need to be in the bubble for the championship.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going into quarantine. I'm going to self-isolation for the next 10 days.
Really?
Yep.
We'll talk about that.
It's
Last
gonna be a
quick
great
point.
finals.
I've got to congratulate Dwight Howard also on
Yes!
defense. That was, what's he, a three-time defensive
Three
player of the year?
times.
Last night, he was the defensive player of the game to me because he did a number on Jokic. He took him mentally out of the game. He took him statistically out of the game because he was playing with 5 fouls. And Jokic, for the second straight fourth quarter, scored a grand total of 0 points. That is all about Dwight Howard, who plays with more edge and savvy than JaVale does. And once he's on Jokic, it's game over.
Jokic, only 13 shot attempts.
Whew.
13 shot attempts. That's what Dwight Howard did.
And did you see Dwight had
Nice redemption story for
6
Dwight.
offensive rebounds?
Yeah.
Nice redemption
6?
story for Dwight.
As long as Dwight cut that bull jive out, he stopped throwing the ball over the backboard after somebody called a foul on him. He cursing it and talking to the referees sideways. Dwight can play. Yes, I wanted him to play a little bit more than the 23 minutes that they gave him. But that's all right. Saved him legs.
Well, honestly, if Dwight gets starters minutes, I have no doubt on this team he could still give you 15 and 12.
Yep.
Yeah.
He
I
could still
agree.
give you 15 and 12 if they played him starters minutes.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.